Quebecers are choosing a new government today, and all indications are it will look a lot like the last one. Despite a turbulent campaign, François Legault is strongly favored to win another term as premier. The question is whether he can score a second majority with his coalition Avenir Quebec. Campaigning started on August 28th, and to look back and look ahead, I want to welcome Frédéric Bérard. He is a political commentator and a professor of constitutional law at the University of Montreal. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks to you.
So first, I want to ask you for your assessment of the campaign that culminates today.
Well, actually, that was a very bad one for François Legault and his CAQ. I mean, it was a mistake after mistake. They did not make any sort of serious commitment except, giving away some check to people. So I certainly think that this is one of the worst campaign I've seen, and it shows that people had probably their opinion made when the campaign just started, and they didn't change it at all.
So when you say it was the worst campaign, but still, there's predictions that Legault will come out on top in terms of the election outcome. Where were the missed opportunities then from the other party leaders?
Well, that's the best question somebody could ask. I don't think it's a matter of opportunities. I think it's more a matter of some people think that Gabriel Nadeau-Dubois or Paul Saint-Pierre Plamondon are just not ready to take over the power. As for Dominique Anglade, the Liberal Party has very tough time to justify their relevance to a certain extent. And as for Éric Duhaime, he's the brand new player. He's the joker. He was well known for fighting against all sort of measures during the pandemic. So I don't think that people see him as a premier as of now. But we'll see what's going to happen in 2026. Probably that the table will turn a bit, and we could think that the Québec Solidaire or the Conservative Party have a pretty good chance to take over.
When we're talking about the lead up, the campaign, et cetera, I'm wondering what people can take away, people in the province of Quebec can take away from the fact that there was no English debate.
Yeah, yeah, I realized that as well. That's the first time it did not happen. And I think that's because François Legault just realized that he will not be able to seduce the Anglophones, first of all. And second of all, François Legault does not want to unify Quebecers. François Legault wants to divide. So he wants to show to Francophones, see, I'm not going to that English debate because, I don't pay attention to what Anglophones might think of me. I'm paying all my energy to a certain extent to Francophones, and that's all. And that type of politic, which is what we call the wedge politics, works pretty well, and it's going to work for François Legault tonight, that's for sure.
Bill 96 has been another contentious issue, of course, and some analysts say that essentially the clumsy handling of it by the Liberals has cost them many votes among Anglophones and immigrants. How detrimental is Bill 96 in the handling of it by the other parties?
Well, I'm not sure that it's going to be detrimental for the Liberal Party, because what Dominique Anglade wanted to do was to seduce Francophones and playing in a certain way the game of François Legault, the wedge politics I talked about. She was sort of trapped within that game from Legault. But at the end of the day, she just make what we call a volte-face in French, and we could certainly think that Anglade will still be the chief of official position tonight because of the Anglophones district in Quebec. She will probably not be able to seduce any Francophones, and that will be a certain problem of legitimacy to a certain point for Anglade. And as for the other parties, as you know, Éric Duhaime was strongly against Bill 96, was trying to seduce Anglophones. Will it work? Frankly, I have serious doubt. I'm not quite sure that he will not win any kind of district because of that. But we'll see in 2026, because I think at one point some Anglophones will look forward for another option than the Liberal Party if it stays like that, and if the Liberal Party is just unable to bring Francophones on their board.
And finally, you know, you sort of touched on a little bit about what you're expecting the outcome to be tonight. So maybe you can tell us, because we have been talking with our reporter out in Quebec City about how this is really a race for second place. So what do you foresee?
No, I think that the CAQ is gonna win like easily 88. MNA probably more than that, probably 90, 92, 94. And for the Liberal, they will probably get like 18 or 19, maybe 20, which is quite enough to make them the official opposition. As for the other parties, we could certainly think that Québec Solidaire will get something around 10 to 12. For the Parti Québécois, it's going to be like 2 or 3, and then for the Conservative, 1 at best. So this is my call for tonight. We can talk tomorrow if you want to laugh at me or just tell me that I was right.
Thanks for this. That is Frédéric Bérard of the University of Montreal. Thank you.
Thanks to you.